Good morning. Good morning. Oh, missing that light, am I? Good morning, everybody. So I am back after a weekend away, and I've just been out for a run which actually still feels alien for me to say that because I'm not a runner, but I'm doing Couch to 5K. I'm on week 6, so it's stepping up a gear. Anyway, I'm just back from my run. It's a beautiful day here, really cold and crisp and clear skies. Lovely, lovely, lovely day. And I am going to recreate a card similar to what I made last night in my team challenge night where our theme was cold. Now that could have been cold colours, maybe things that you eat and drink when you're kind of cold, like hot chocolates and coffees and things, or a winter wonderland, or whatever the theme cold said to you. So I made a lovely Starry Night card using this stamp set, Stars Are Shining. And I must admit, I bought it, I think it was one of the first stamp sets I bought when the autumn winter catalogue came out, and I never used it. I certainly hadn't used the stars, so I wanted to use that. So I have created a card. I'm going to just change it up slightly from what I did last night, just to see if it makes a difference to the overall look of the cards. So I'll show you them both together at the end and you can see what you think. So I'm going to point you down. Okay, so that is our stamp set, Stars Are Shining, and I'm going to use the stars and the other little star. And I'm going to use Pacific Point, which was not the colour I used last night, but I just want to see how that will look. Just let me grab a slip of water because I'm literally in the door 5 minutes. Just about got the breath back. I'm going to take a sort of a scrap sheet there. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to heat emboss these lovely stars in silver. So first of all, if I can see where I put it. Yes, little embossing buddy, which unfortunately we don't sell anymore, and we have asked, and I must ask again, Stampin Up, please bring it back because we all need these in our lives. We can make our own, but who really has time to do that? So I'm going to get my Versamark, which have I tidied my Versamark away? Why would I do that when I knew I was going to make a card again this morning? Bear with, no, it's under the card. Okay, so I want this main star to pretty much be a little bit like the shape of the star here. So I want it to be like that, which is not quite how I put it on the card itself, but I want that sort of front and center. So kind of like that. And then I'm just going to take the teeny tiny one, which is this one, and do that a few times around. It's pretty, I was going to say unisex, not unisex, but it doesn't really matter which way you point it. It's kind of all the same. All the little rays are the same size. So that's probably enough. Then what I'm going to do is I keep my embossing powder in a little Tupperware. So I've got some silver embossing powder here. So I'm going to pour that over. So just kind of flicking it on, making sure it goes over. In fact, it'd probably be easier really because my piece of paper is a little bit big. Just getting it like so, and missed a star there. I think that are all the stars pretty much covered, aren't they? Yeah, so just going to flick off the excess from the back, holding up to it like that, and I think that's pretty clean. So now what we're going to do is get my heat gun, so excuse the noise for a minute or two. Actually, is there meant to be a little thing there? I'm sort of saying, is there a... No, that is definitely all the stars. Yes, I have them all. I was wondering how I missed one. Okay. So what this does, obviously, it melts the embossing powder, which has obviously not pure silver, but metallic little elements in it and makes it go shiny. And it is hands down my most favourite thing to do in crafting is to heat emboss metallics. I just love when it changes from the kind of chalky to shiny silver, gold, bronze, copper, whatever colour we're doing, but I just love that. Okay, so I think I've got them all, and just that one I haven't melted. So that's that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this card kind of navy. So here's a little piece of paper I used yesterday so I don't destroy another one. And just move my stamps out of the way. So I'm going to take this piece of, this is Pacific Point, and I'm going to take Night of Navy, and I'm going to make this into a night sky, but obviously this little part where the stars are shining will be a little bit lighter, so it should sort of give the illusion, if you like. So just taking the extra off here, which makes this sort of hairiness, should give the illusion of a nice night sky, and we can buff up the stars at the end to have them nice and shiny. So the card I made last night used Balmy Blue, which was much lighter than Pacific Point. It's in the subtle range. I just wondered what it would look like with Pacific Point. So that's why I'm doing it with you. Hi, Carolyn. How are you? How is the weather in Germany today? You are off in gallivanting in Belgium, I see. Making great use of your time in Europe. So might get a little bit more difficult as things seem to tighten down. I see they're not having, I think they're not having their Christmas markets in Austria. Was it Austria? I saw that, which is unfortunate. Cloudy today. Oh, it's lovely and sunny here when there's really crisp mornings where there's frost in the ground in the morning, but clear skies, and lovely day today. So I'm relaxed and refreshed. I had a weekend away myself. I went back to Northern Ireland, where I'm from. My sister dragged me into the sea on Saturday, which I struggle getting into the sea in the summer. I kind of take 5 steps, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not a fan of cold, but I went in on Saturday, and it actually wasn't as cold as I thought it would be. I mean, it was cold, but I was expecting it to be absolutely Baltic, but it wasn't too bad. I wasn't in for long, though. I was in a few strokes and out again. Well, we kind of made a bet that if we went back home for Christmas, not a bet, but a challenge, that we would all do the Christmas swim. Everyone goes in on Christmas morning here. There's a huge group. It's like a charity swim. And I thought, I don't know if I'm really going. Christmas is a long ways away and it's really cold already. I can't imagine doing that. So I thought, rather than chicken out in front of 200 people, I would just see, well, 200 people going in maybe, and however many stand watching them. I would see if I could manage it in November. So I think I'll be able to do it, as long as it isn't snowing or like -5 or something. Because no one uses wetsuits. It's in your, I think the official term, if you're an outdoor swimmer, is you're in skins. So you're just in your swimsuit. So it's pretty cold. Anyway, I think that's probably enough ink to just see in the light that's even. Oh, I don't know which one I like. They're both I'll have to show you them both at the end. Right, so that's my sponging or blending done. Just a little bit down here in the corner. That isn't as dark as it should be. And then, actually I meant to look up the name of them. Hold on a second till I find what they're called. Because they were just the perfect little embellishment for a Starry Night Sky. What are they called? They are called Silver and Clear Epoxy Essentials. And where did I put them? I took them out. I brought them over. Where did I put them? Excuse me a minute. Oh, well, I'll find them in a minute. We can do that at the end when I find where I put them. Where did I put them? Anyway, right, okay. So what I'm going to do to this is I'm going to put it on a matte of smoky slate, just a tiny smidgen of grey visible. I'll put this out of the way again so you can see it a little bit better without all the mess. So you can see it really does change the colour from the sponging that on. It was quite a subtle change. So just a little stamping seal and onto my smoky slate layer, and then that is going to go onto my Night of Navy card base, but I'm going to put that on with dimensionals. As you know, I love my dimensionals. I love a little bit of dimension, funny enough. A little bit, a hint of a shadow. You can always get it by sponging the edges, but if you don't want to use dimensionals. But this is just as good. Still trying to see what I've done with those things. I picked them up to take them over. Oh, there they are. And let's see how many have I got left. So we have some lovely kind of star themed greeting. Oh, don't want to do it upside down. From this set. So let me just get that center. Sorry, move it up for you. Okay, and a little piece of Night of Navy for my greeting. Let me just find a small piece. There's a little bit there. Oh, I very carefully put them back in the box. That's how I couldn't find them. So these are, I've used some already, but these are the clear ones. They're little raindrops and some little circles. And then the silver ones, we have the circles, but we have the little raindroppy kind of colour, but these little diamond ones I thought were just perfect. So that's what I'm going to use for some embellishment. But let's do our greeting first. So we have Celebrate the Wonder, started shining brightly, but I like the Twinkle Twinkle Christmas Star. I thought that was lovely. So let's get my greeting is here. A little bit of embossing muddy talc. And then I'm going to emboss this in silver, just like my stars. And there's a nice little bit of contrast between having this in Night of Navy on the sponged background. So, oh, thanks, Carolyn. I will be sure to post it when it's all done. So we've got, that's pretty much perfect. Don't think I have any splatters, but there we go. So just heat embossing this just like we did the last time. You can see the change. It's a lovely font in this set. So I'm just going to take my little mini cutter here to chop this. Smooth things out of the way. Okay. A little bit of each side, don't want it too big. A tiny bit of this one just so it's even. It looks about even. Actually, I think that, is that crooked? That looks crooked to me. Can't decide. Is it my eyes? Let me try and just, yeah, it is. I line up my sentiment with the end of the trimmer. It's not quite straight. Let's. Gonna make it worse now, aren't I? I wish I hadn't started. No, definitely crooked. Okay, what I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to cut. This is definitely straight, isn't it? Yes. So I'm going to cut a piece and put my sentiment on it. Usually doing it the other way would work better for you, but apparently my eyes are deceiving me. So let's just get that straight. Put this in the middle and go again. Oh dear. Apologies for anyone still watching. But I can't find my really nice brush, which I use to get rid of the tiny bits from there. I think a child has taken it away going, oh, that's a nice brush. No, it's not for painting. No, it is not a painting brush. It is my take away the speckles of embossing powder brush. You're not allowed to use that one. Right, just going to quickly heat emboss this again. So it's quite quick. Once your embossing tool has been on a couple of times, it's incredibly quick because it's already heated up to the correct temperature. So got that now. I do want to trim it down, so this is a little bit fat. So let's line up perfectly so I don't cut it crooked again. That's the two. A little too much, I think. But nice and straight, and a little bit off the bottom, and then we'll be, maybe not quite as much. Yeah, that's a bit better. A little bit off either side. Just so it's not quite as fat. And then there. Okay, happy with that. Finally happy. Okay, and a little bit of dimensionals on the back. It does mean it's raised twice, but I think it's worth it. So, okay. So just got the peeling off the backs of the embellishments. No, got a little bit of extra embossing powder there, and I'm just going to place this centrally at the bottom. Okay, and now getting my take your pick tool and putting on some of these. So I'm going to put one right in the center of this star here, just to make it shine the brightest. Oh, not like that. Oh, I think I've taken, no, I haven't missed the thing. Is it sticking to my finger? Whoops. Now I want you to be that way round. There. Make sure glue stick. Okay, and just a few others dotted around the place. So like that. We'll do another one over here. Oop. They have a life of their own this morning. And maybe another one. Over here. Over here. Dum, dum, dum. I should be here. Okay, and then I'm just going to make it, draw your attention to the sentiment by placing a couple of them down here. Because they're so pretty and they do look nice and star-like, I think. Okay, so that is my card for this morning. Now to show you the one that I made yesterday, and which one, they're quite different actually. Which one do you prefer? This is with Balmy Blue, so this is a much more subtle colour, and then this is with Pacific Point, so maybe a more vibrant colour, not sure. What do you think? Let me know which you like the most. But this is a pretty simple card to make. I've just realised I've done that star that way. Haha. I was wondering why my stars were in a different position, but it's probably, it was a little dark last night. Maybe I couldn't quite tell what I was doing. But anyway, that is our card for this morning. Do you know, I think even though while I was making it, I was preferring this one, I think in the end result, I do prefer the Pacific Point. I think it gives more of a night sky colour, whereas this one maybe looks a little bit more misty, or don't know. What do you think? Let me know. All right, I hope you enjoyed this morning's card, and I will see you again next week. Bye now.